The one device that lays at the very foundation of the Assassin's Creed franchise is the Animus. Without this futuristic machine, none of the events we see in Assassin's Creed would have ever been discovered by the modern day Assassins and Templars. Now some may say this would have been better, since all the wars and the bloodshed and sacrifice of life could have been avoided, but it's undeniable that's because of these same machines that global destruction was halted or temporarily postponed at the very least. But there's more to these fictional machines than just helping people relive the memories of their ancestors, or apparently anybody now. Gosh, I would love to use my ex's DNA and see all that she did behind my back. Well, as much fun or traumatizing that would be, let's talk about the Animus in Assassin's Creed. Now in this video, I won't be getting into too much detail about the history or lore of the Animus, since brother LazerzZ has done an incredible job. So if you want to know all of that, the link's in the description. What we're going to talk about today is the application and the future that the Animus is taking us towards. Before we go any further, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps tremendously to support a brother from the Creed. Also, if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. But before we begin, let me briefly touch on what this machine is all about. Once plugged into it, a person can experience history in the most immersive and interactive way. And while previous versions of the Animi let the user encounter all of the happenings on a visor-like screen, current versions are capable of being connected to the brains of the users through a subcutaneous epidural to the cervical vertebrae. Now don't ask me where all of that is located.
I don't know, I just got here.
What it basically means is users are now able to physically experience the past as opposed to a virtual simulation, which is not only more immersive but takes the bleeding effect to a whole new level. Now about that. Bleeding effect is basically a side effect, but not a big one. Just basic stuff like schizophrenia, brain damage, and perhaps some dementia. Nothing serious. So when a person has prolonged exposure to the Animus, the memories of the targeted DNA starts to overlap with that of the users. And other than being able to access the past in the most realistic way, they are also able to pick up on the abilities of the person they were trying to relive the memories of in a matter of days, which was the base of the entire Rome operation, where Abstergo tried to train their agents through the bleeding effect, which incidentally was the same thing the Assassins tried to do with Desmond Miles. They're not so different after all. And that brings us to the meat of the matter, because there is so much about the Animus that has not been spoken about yet, the kind of things that would change not only the future but the past as well in the Assassin's Creed universe. That's right, the past as well.
What? What?
What?
What the hell?
The Animus has seen a number of changes to its construct and application over the years. The first one we see in Abstergo in Assassin's Creed 1 is the most basic and inefficient. Then in Assassin's Creed 2, we see the Assassins' version, the Animus 2.0, with a different structure and an enhanced capability to filter out useful information, which led to a more efficient run with the Animus. Then the Animus became something like a desktop in Assassin's Creed 3, the aptly named Animus 3.0, which was easier to transport and set up. And then came in the game-changing Animus Amiga. You know, Abstergo Industries, aka the Templars, despite their evil intentions and them being the enemies, are pure geniuses. They made the ancestral memories of the assassins into a child's plaything. No, they literally turned it into games. And what that did was it gave Abstergo millions of soldiers to go through those memories. Every single inch, nook and cranny was explored, and the data was uploaded to the Abstergo servers, where they can break down important aspects, segregate what's needed and what's not, and gain that oh so important edge they needed over the assassins. Well, although the assassins did hack said servers and stole the information they needed, so I guess the joke's on the Templars after all. But as time went on, the Animus evolved into something more than just a simulator, because under the guidance of Sophia Ricken and Layla Hassan, the Animus HR-8 was born. A compact machine that could literally fit into a suitcase, and instead of the epidural cervical thing, connection was made hematologically, you know, basically through the blood. But not in the way we see in Assassin's Creed 1, 2 or 3, because the sequence data is stored in the user's red blood cells and then sent to every organ in the body through the blood, which essentially means that the person's bodies physically experience all the events that they were only able to simulate previously. That's not all, because now comes the juiciest part. One of the Isus, also known as the Messenger, states that Layla Hassan's Animus was in striking distance of being able to change the past rather than just reliving it. Now that changes everything, because it's not something a human is saying, it's an Isu who can be considered a god or a being that's unfathomably advanced. And you know, that got me thinking, is it really gonna happen? Because up until this point in Assassin's Creed, it's been all about reminiscing the past to alter the future. And here we see a possibility where a person from the present could send his or her conscious self back in time and revise history as we know know it. And with everything we've seen in recent years, is it really a long shot to think that in the near future, the assassins are going to alter history itself? What if the Order of Ancients never existed? What if Altair never became an assassin? What if Ezio's father and brothers were never hanged? What if Edward Kenway wasn't killed at 42? What would that do to Haytham and Connor's future? What if Elise never died? What if Camus survived? And is this how Basim will get back to his dead children? The possibilities are endless, because that would be equivalent to time travel. Think about it, it's nothing different or less than that. And also seems rather convenient, because realistically, users are not breaking or messing with the space-time continuum or Einstein's laws of physics. Not directly at least. They're just sending the consciousness back in time and changing the past. I understand this literally means they're destroying the timeline. And if the franchise takes this route, everything becomes a possibility, and the Assassin's Creed universe will see a catastrophic change in the events of its history. It could be nothing, and I could be reading false signs, but the more I think about it, the more it seems possible. And this is exactly how I feel the Animus will change the Assassin's Creed forever. Now, I'm gonna make another video soon where we further discuss about the doors such a discovery or revelation might open, because as big of a slap as that would be on our own memories of Assassin's Creed, it also means the franchise we grew up with will pivot in a way we never imagined. Look out for that video. And with that, we reached the end of the video, guys. I know it was a short one, but I really feel this was so important, I had to talk about it. And don't forget to tell me in the comment section below if you think this is possible, and if so, what do you think about it? Is time travel really gonna make Assassin's Creed better or worse? If you enjoyed the video and the speculation, don't forget to hit the like button, and also pierce your hidden blade to the subscribe button. But that's it for today, guys. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned. It's your boy LazerzZ signing out.